Hello, I wanted to talk to you about the final project. It's a very large project, and because this is week 10 that we're beginning today, that means that after this week, there's only 6 weeks left. And so, if you have not already started this project, you need to start this week. So, let's look at the specifics. You will be choosing between children's literature books or young adult novels. We do not mix and match. We choose either or. Okay. So if you're confused about what's considered children's lit books and what's young adult novels, in the packet that you received from the college bookstore, Dragons Love Tacos, and another example is A Pandemic is Worldwide. These are not the only children's books in that packet, but just a couple to show you. In addition to those, there were young adult novels included. Flora and Ulysses, The Light Jar. We've already done a module with The Light Jar. A Boy Called Bat, and Gone Crazy in Alabama. These are the young adult novels that were included. Okay, so as you are working on your final, you are choosing between children's lit books and young adult novels. If you're choosing the children's lit books, you're going to choose 15. And for each of the 15, you will have 2 documents that you're going to submit. The evaluation checklist that we've been using all semester and the summary response. So if you have 15 books and you have 2 documents for each book, that means there will be 30 documents that are uploaded. If you're choosing the young adult novels, again, you're going to have 2 documents for every book that you've chosen. So that would be a total of 14 that will be uploaded. Now, some specifics about the books. Your response file has to be submitted as attachment, the documents as attachments, like we've done all semester. You will submit an evaluation checklist and a summary response for each book. The books must be published between 2012 and 2023. If you are choosing the 15 children's books, you can choose 2 of the books that were included in your packet from the bookstore. Only 2, which means the remaining 13 you must find on your own. If you're choosing the young adult, then you can choose 1 from the packet. And then the other 6 you would choose yourself. So let's talk about where you would find those books. The Myrtle Rutland Library here on campus has a wide variety of books that you can choose. If you're fortunate enough to already be working in a school system or subbing, pretty consistently in a school system, I'm sure the school librarian would be happy to help you with those selections as well. Or most every community has a public library that you can subscribe to and find the books there. So because of that, that means you've got to find the books, make sure you have the correct genre, you have to read those books, you have to evaluate those books with the checklist, and then you have to write a summary response. That's a great deal of work, and so you want to begin that now, this week, if you have not already done so. So we will use the genres that are in the course. You see there, if you're choosing the 15, you need 1 picture book, you need 2 traditional lits, 2 modern fantasy, 2 multicultural, 2 poetry, 2 historical fiction, 1 realistic fiction, 1 nonfiction, and 1 award winner or 2 award winners or nominees. We have not talked about that genre yet. It comes later in the semester, but again, that's where making that contact in the library would be very beneficial to you. There are probably 100 different children's book awards out there. The Caldecott, Laura Wilder Award. They're just numerous awards. So any award winner or any book that was nominee for an award published between 2012 and 2023 is what you're looking for. If you're going the young adult novel route, you need 1 realistic fiction, 1 modern fantasy, 1 multicultural, 1 poetry, 1 historical fiction, 1 nonfiction, and 1 award winner, okay, or nominee. So let's talk about the naming of your documents, because as you're doing your documents, we want to name them as we go so that it's much easier for you. So you would begin, let's say we're going to use this children's lit book as an example. This is a nonfiction book. So if I'm creating my evaluation checklist for this book, I would type in for the name, nonfiction, the underscore, Then the book title, A Pandemic is Worldwide, underscore evaluation, that tells me that you're doing the evaluation checklist, underscore your last name. My last name is Sanders, comma, your first name. My first name is Faye. So each of the documents must follow this format as you're creating them and uploading them to Blackboard for the final. If they're not, I'm going to send them back to you and ask you to redo them. And that is not something that you want to have to deal with during finals week. So as you're working on the project, please save them in this format. If you have any questions about this project, please reach out now. Again, it is a really, really big project, and you want to do well on it, and you don't want to wait until finals week in order to do that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.